What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I'm joined today by Dana and George, who are both wonderful people on our team. I'm really excited to get into what we're going to talk about today. So, without any more introductions, we'll just dive into this, okay? So, let's start at the beginning. Why did we feel the need to actually overhaul the progression system?
So there's a few different reasons for that. One, we wanted to make sure that our system was a lot more streamlined and it was easier for players to manage their resources and do the things that they needed to do with those hard-earned resources. And two, we really wanted to put the focus more on gear. We wanted to make gear a lot cooler and take some of the focus off of mods and onto the awesome stuff we make.
How do we plan to transition all of the players' mods to this new system? There's really a lot of time and effort that went into this on the player side of grinding out mods and stuff. So what are our plans?
Yeah, so we definitely want to make sure that players feel like they're being compensated for all the hard work they've already put into the game, as we're now changing a bunch of things. So first and foremost, players who already have infusions on their gear will get an additional 3 infusion levels. And this is because we've changed to a system where we now have 10 levels, so there's more levels. And the earlier levels will grant you traits on your gear. So if you've already done some infusions, you'll automatically get those. Secondly, if you've collected a lot of mods and shards and quint, those will all be converted into marks to work with our new economy that we've created. Shards and quint will still exist, but their uses are a lot different once we release 0.17. So we just wanted to reset the playing field there. And mods, as I think most of you know, are going away entirely.
So talking about traits, how long should it roughly, for a new piece of gear, should it take for a player to unlock the trait slots?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, these are within the first 3 infusion levels on every piece of gear. And these are designed to be relatively quick to get through. They don't require any gear duplicates. They only require some new currencies that we've added for 0.17. And these you can earn directly from completing quests. So you should be able to get through them, within a few days if you're staying on top of your quest completions and playing on a really regular basis. And you should be able to, pick and choose the things you focus on.
Okay, so that kind of leads me to my next question. How much RNG, how much randomness is kind of built into our new progression system?
So in the new progression system, moon chests are a much bigger deal than they were before, and they'll be one of the primary ways to get XP for your gear. They still generally work the same way they did before, where they give 3 different gear pieces some XP at random. So there's a little bit of RNG in there, but you still have dust available to you to go ahead and manually upgrade the specific gear that you want. And then we're also continuing to use star chests and astral chests in the new system, and these will be the primary ways to get duplicate gear pieces and new gear pieces in a lot of cases. But the big news there is that we have changed to a gear rarity system. So gear, instead of mods having the rarities, gear will now have different rarities of their own, and the tuning within the chests reflects those rarities.
Awesome. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Let's talk about the rarity. How exactly will rarity really work for gear?
Yeah, so we've taken the concept of rarity from the mod system and directly applied it to the gear. So basically, gear that is a little bit more complex will generally be more rare, so something along the lines of an epic or legendary. But gear that is more straightforward, things that you don't have to worry too much about the mechanics of, will generally be in the common or rare category. And of course, the things that you get from the tutorial are going to be common. Also, masks were treated as ultra rare before, but now certain masks such as Isia or Sunder are going to be easier to get.
All right, so now sort of to bounce topics a little bit, under this new progression overhaul, how do we plan to balance all of the gear?
Yeah, so our philosophy for balancing gear is still going to be the same as before. We're going to make sure that when you're meeting up against other players, your skill is still going to be what shines the most. Yes, if they have a bit better gear, they might be a little bit tougher to take down, but as a more skilled player, you will still probably come out ahead. That being said, we will be looking at further customization in the future. We know that removing the mods and trait system that we had prior, it does mean that you have a little bit less customization in this current update that's coming up, but we do plan on adding something like that in the future.
So Dana mentioned this earlier about a new currency called components. Mm-hmm. Which currencies under this new system are the most important for players to kind of chase after to collect the most?
Yeah, so one of the big things about the new currency system is that we are able to get rid of that fodder gear, which we're using up other pieces of gear to infuse one piece of gear. Like you don't have to say like, oh, I'm using 3 half-Thor's gauntlets to upgrade my Swift Strike pendant or something like that. Instead, we're going to be offering the opportunity to collect these pieces called components, which you can collect through quests. And how you want to use them is completely up to you. You don't have to worry about, as I mentioned, like collecting other pieces of gear to upgrade the gear that you want to upgrade. And
you just mentioned quests. So we've previously mentioned that quests are also getting a rework. So just tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, generally the types of quests we haven't really changed too much, but we have added a little bit more pacing into it. So I think things will generally feel a little bit better, and we have updated all our rewards too to make them make more sense in the new system.
Nice. All right, so that's actually, we're wrapping up the video really quickly. That was it. If you guys have additional questions, you guys know where to find us online, on Discord. Come ask us questions. We'll be there. And we will actually be doing a Dawn Camp a little bit after 0.17 drops. So put that on your calendars. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. And remember, never settle for the lesser evil.